Hello and welcome to Monkey Business. This is Monkey Business for January 21st, 2013. And in today's afternoon coffee newser we have: in Europe, the FTSEurofirst 300 index rose some 0.3% to close at 1166.53. It reached a near two-year high of 1170.29 earlier this month. Stock market index, the FTSEurofirst 300, tracks the 300 largest companies in Europe ranked by market capitalization. And the Financial Times reports that telecom equipment maker Nokia Siemens Networks hopes to raise as much as 700 million euro, or about $933.7 million US on high-yield bonds to be issued in the spring of 2013. The FT reports that, according to people familiar with the plan, the money would be used to pay down existing debt and to fund future investment. Nokia Siemens Networks is owned jointly by mobile phone manufacturer Nokia Corporation and electronics conglomerate Siemens AG. Finally, U.S. markets are closed today, so we have the rest of the day off. That was my idea. I'll be taking a day trip and Marcel is going to a show. In what?
In the show?
You're going to be in the show?
I am the show. There will be other people on the stage for some reason, but between you and me, I think they're only there to see me. To be or not to be? Voila.
Oh, you're playing Hamlet.
No, I'm playing the skull.
But the skull doesn't have any lines.
Only until today, I have invented them. You know, I said that they should change the marquee to read The Skull and also Hamlet. But they said there wasn't enough space on the sign.
Maybe they ran out of letters.
Maybe.
Hey, are you doing a story for Nearly News?
Sure, why not? I can make a late entrance. Everyone appreciates that because, the first act is just Hamlet walking around being gloomy.
I've heard that.
Wait, and then, something, everybody dies.
I've heard that too.
Well, that's the only way to end a tragedy. Otherwise, it would be 3 acts of people walking around having picnics.
Right. So, over to Marcel for Nearly News. Take it away, Marcel.
Since the U.S. markets are closed today, I'm amazed that I'm here, but lucky for you, here I am, because it's too early for brunch. So, today, a quick look at the box office takes worldwide for a fantasy flick, The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey. The film, featuring a lot of short people with beards, a ring, and an assortment of wizards, has grossed $288.6 million in the U.S. as of January 21st, 2013. Add in box office from theaters playing the film worldwide, and the film, which was released just over a month ago, is well on the way at $920 million plus in receipts to becoming a billion-dollar earner. The film is part of a planned trilogy of films based on a single book, The Hobbit, a 1937 novel by J.R.R. Tolkien. The Hollywood Reporter reports that the first 2 installments of the trilogy each cost $315 million based on information from a knowledgeable source. Although they also note that a studio source claims that given production rebates from New Zealand, where each of the films will be shot, the cost is closer to $200 million per movie. And wandering around underground in New York City, New York in the US, just for a lark, such giant Google's co-founder Sergey Brin. Spotted by tech blogger Noah Zerkin, Sergey, whose personal wealth is estimated to be around $20 billion, give or take a few digits, was riding around on the New York City subway, tra-la-la, wearing a pair of Google's augmented reality glasses. The wearable, internet-connected Project Glass specs aren't on the market yet, but prototypes will be sold to developers for $1,500 per pair of shades. It's nice that he's wearing his space-age glasses around town lest he get lost on the subway, but it's an offbeat place to find a billionaire zipping around on public transport. Although, you know, if he wanted to go incognito, a public subway or metro is perhaps the perfect place to do it. A 5-headed real-live alien could beam in from planet Google, if there is one, and no one would bat an eye. The blogger posted a picture to commemorate the encounter, although let me say here that if I was sitting on a such and such billion, no one would ever see me again. Not on the subway, not anywhere. It would be a project to capture a photo of me in my little house on a mountain. On the moon. Even if anyone got that far, they'd never get past the valleys of barbed wire.
Valleys of barbed wire?
Oui, or the piranhas.
Piranhas.
Ah, but mine will be a security detail, you know, so they'll have extra eyes.
Can piranhas live on the moon?
We shall see. Maybe I can buy them little spacesuits. You can be eccentric on the moon, you know, nobody cares. Except maybe the Russian Federal Space Agency or NASA as their little ships are floating by.
Or Virgin Group founder Richard Branson. He's got pots of money. One of the top 5 richest Brits according to Forbes magazine, and he's reportedly planning a trip to the moon.
Ah, well, you know, but the piranhas.
And that's today's monkey business. Take care, folks.
It's a jungle out there. Do you want to see my piranha?
You brought a piranha to the studio?
Oui, but he's very nice. He's in my pocket. I'll just... Ow! Just kidding.